I'm going to be comparing the DJI Self Noise versus the Saramonic Blink500 ProX. And I didn't have new footage to use because I returned my DJI. And this is why you're going to see why I returned my DJI. And I have this microphone. Near the end of this video, I'm going to be comparing this to the DJI and the Rode Wireless Go 2. So you know which one to get for which use case. There is no such thing as a perfect microphone for everything. Near the end of this video, I'm also going to state a final conclusion for this that I changed slightly from my original review of the Saramonic. Let's listen to those differences between the DJI and see how embarrassing it is versus the Saramonic and the reason why I got rid of my DJI. Right now I'm doing some random testing of my Saramonic device here. This is the Blink500 ProX, and it might be a situation for the hiss sound that you do hear. How does this DJI mic work with wired lavaliers? Let's find out. Now to make this more fair, I increased my Saramonic to maximum, and I have the Sony ZV-1 5 out of 30, just like the DJI. Now let's listen to silence. Now let's listen to the silence. This is a test of the Rode Lavalier 2 using the DJI mic. Right now we are listening to the Rode Lavalier 2 connected to my Saramonic device. Now if you are confused at all about what I was talking about, and if this lavalier doesn't sound good with this mic, originally when I was using a lavalier. Now let's give the DJI microphone credit where credit is due. It has lots of volume. I have this in all the way. It's a locking type. It's on the Saramonic, but it's not giving me grief. And this is the LV2. Right now you're hearing the X5 LV2. How am I coming through? Again, it doesn't like locking type microphones. This is a quick test of the Saramonic lavalier, and my Sony ZV-1 is volume 7 out of 30, and we are max volume with both the devices here, the receiver and the microphone. So let's see the self noise just for a moment. How is the self noise right now? We're now listening with the X5 LV1. There is a small gap that we need to leave. And this again is similar to the DJI mic, but of course there's no locking part on this particular microphone. Right now we're using the DDW Lav with the DA35 with microdot. How am I coming through? Mind you, I have to leave it slightly out. So I broke the cable on my DDW Lav with DA35. How am I coming through with this broken cable version of the same thing? Is it nice and clean? Is it hissier, worse? I don't know. You tell me. This lavalier is pretty cool. I'm at half volume, speaking this far away. Not very loud. But anyways, let's get to the conclusion and go back to this device without this lavalier. This was simply a test of the Sennheiser MKE Essential lavalier. How am I coming through? Okay, let's do a quick roundup of why you might get the DJI over this or this over the DJI. The DJI picks up all the noise around you. If your room is not treated, it's going to echo back and make your sound not good. If you have a treated room, the DJI has more self noise. You can use the internal recording, but as soon as you use a wired lavalier to it, that self noise from the wired lavalier is going to go into the internal recording anyways, so you'll have to edit that out on one of your recordings, be it the internal or do camera. If you're using the built-in mic, you can actually use their internal recording still. But again, treated room, no noise happening because it picks up everything all the more than the Saramonic microphone. If you're outside, what if you have sirens going and stuff like that? You might not want those sounds happening if you're in a city. The Saramonic will capture more of your spoken voice. The DJI will capture everything. But if you're in nature, if you're out in nature, DJI 100%. If you want those chirping birds, 100% DJI because it picks up everything. but when it does lock on, it's locked into place. Wonderful. When we have it locked on, we can't really connect to lavalier because this little body of this fur muff is in the way. If you want to pick up the sounds around you, the sound of the ocean, the babbling brook, the rivers, DJI. Okay, anyways, getting carried away there. But also reception distance is superior with the DJI in terms of dependability. If you're far away from your camera, DJI is the best I've seen for reliability. DJI, again, lavaliers is not quite as dependable as this. Okay, how about the Rode Wireless Go 2? Which one should you get? Well, in terms of reception, reliability, there's a couple times where I bent down even closer than 25 feet and the Rode cut out. Again, internal recording can save you there. Just a matter of, will you be able to organize through your files and get that every time? And do you mind doing that extra work? If you do, well, all good on you. Now, both of them are, in terms of audio quality, similar. And but with lavaliers, the Saramonic, I believe, is cleaner because of my experience with the Rode. Is lavaliers are decent sound quality, but they're not as refined. Always use the fur muff. Always use the fur muff if you're using this device, even if you're inside. It doesn't change the audio. It just prevents any sound of distortions you get from how you speak towards the microphone. Anyways, this is Eric of Not Bios. Have yourselves a most wonderful day. Now the heater's on, so thank you for going on and disturbing the video. Anyways, here's a roundup of what's good and not so great about the Saramonic that I've changed from my original review just slightly so you have a better idea about this microphone, including turning off your Bluetooth and Wi-Fi on your mobile phone. Keep it away from you. It causes hiss. You could try this kind of for singing. I'm not a great singer, so please don't judge me. This is Eric coming to you from Not Bios Studio. And if you want to sing with this microphone, it's your choice.